I'm attempting to watch 1,000 games of football before the end of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. I'm going to be ranking every single one to find out which game is the greatest of the season. Today, we are covering the last match of round 3 of the A-League this week as the Central Coast Mariners take on the Wellington Phoenix. Both of these sides I am predicting to come in the bottom 2 of the A-League this season. I know that's rich coming from a Perth Glory fan, but nonetheless, I think that the Mariners and the Phoenix have relatively weak sides compared to the rest of the A-League. And look, it was fully on display today. Now, I will say this was a very tight game in terms of how these teams matched up against each other. And parts of it made for some entertaining gameplay, just watching sort of how the game would develop. But it was a game that was slightly, unfortunately, devoid of quality and devoid of that sort of big match feel. Now, the game started off early on with some dominance in the first half from the Wellington Phoenix, including a goal in the 4th minute for Eze, the Nigerian striker, to grab his second goal of the season for the Phoenix. A bit of a lucky deflection that fell into his path, but nonetheless, right place at the right time to finish it off. And for the rest of the first half, we would see this continuous dominance from the Phoenix, but somehow, some way, they could not grab a goal. And it was absolutely outrageous to watch because they had chance after chance after chance, even ending with 22 shots with 8 on target. But Andrew Redmayne, fair dues to him, man. He's getting on in age, but he put up an incredible performance today with 7 saves to keep the Mariners in the game. Now, the Phoenix would take that 1-0 break, 1-0 lead into the halftime break, but it would be right out the gate to the second half that the Mariners would come firing with a few chances of their own, and they would have a chance that would fall to the back post of Sabit Nyor, who managed to finish to get his first A-League goal of the season. He was on loan to Heidelberg United last year when they made the Australia Cup final. Unfortunately, didn't feature in that game because his loan deal had expired by them, but an incredible moment for him. He's long been a player that's had, heaps of potential, but just never really got that chance at the A-League stage. So good to see him finally get a goal, and it was now 1-1. Unfortunately, that would be all we would have for goals. The Wellington Phoenix would continue to have a few chances of their own, but would not put anything more into the back of the net. The match would finish 1-1 with Wellington Phoenix, I think, justifiably really frustrated with their incompetency in front of goal today. They really should have done better, and they really should have taken home all 3 points. But credit to the Mariners and Andrew Redmayne in particular for his great performance in goal. Overall, this game was interesting, but like I said earlier, devoid of any sort of high quality that really made it interesting. And because of that, I'm going to rate it a 4.4.